Yeah, so guys, I agreed. Yeah, I found a video on the internet, and ever since I've been trying to make some research about it, about this vaccination thing. And trust me, if you are a parent or a would-be parent, I think you should look into this as well. It might all sound like a conspiracy theory or something, but Charlie, trust me, these people cannot be trusted. You just check this video out, talking about using vaccination to spread AIDS. Just check this out.
You mentioned actively spreading AIDS?
There was a unit in from CIMAR that one of the things was that we went into African countries.
And how was that done exactly?
Through inoculation.
Through vaccines?
Yeah, through vaccines. Pretending to inoculate people and that type of thing.
The idea being to kill black people?
Yeah, to eradicate black people. You must understand the concept was that AIDS was a killer. It was incurable at that point in time.
So this kind of long time ago, so we might want to trivialize it or something, but trust me, these people cannot be trusted. They can do anything to just suppress our growth. You see, I saw a Kenyan doctor too talking about vaccination to suppress childbirth. Listen to that one too.
2014, 2015, WHO brought tetanus eradication campaign in our country. It was a campaign to eradicate neonatal tetanus, babies who are born who eventually get tetanus. And the vaccine that was used is a different type of a tetanus vaccine that is a fertility regulating vaccine, where they take tetanus and combine it with a hormone called human chorionic gonadotropin that supports pregnancy. And when you inject a woman with that vaccine, she produces antibodies against that hormone and therefore is rendered sterile. So we are noticing an increase in the number of infertility cases among young couples who you examine and they are normal but cannot get children, or couples who are losing 3, 4, 5 pregnancies before they can carry any pregnancy to term.
Yeah, so with neocolonialism and what they did during colonization should give us that awakening that these people can do anything just to suppress us. Right now, Europe, their average age, the median age is around 50 years, and Africa is around 19 years. That means we have a younger population than they have. In fact, we have stronger human resource than they do, So they will do anything to suppress it. So let's not play with it. Let's not play with it at all. Let's check the other video too.
Like the oral polio vaccine, we stopped giving it in this country because it spreads polio. So when these ignorant or evil people are saying, look, it wiped out smallpox and it wiped out polio. Okay, I actually asked them, do you know what the rates are for polio, like before the vaccine? Okay, well, it was deadly. People were dying everywhere. Rooms were filled with iron lungs. Okay, really? Okay, well, what does the CDC have to say about polio? Well, 95% of people infected with polio have absolutely no symptoms. None. They only identified it through the stool samples. 4 to 8% of the people had mild flu-like symptoms with limb paralysis that went away after about 3 to 4 weeks. Fewer than 1% of polio cases developed permanent paralysis, and of that 1%, okay, about 1/10 of that percent died. Okay, so 99% of everyone that got polio before the vaccine recovered without any problem. Now, this didn't sit well with me because I'm thinking, well, because everybody, when you hear polio, you have that iconic picture in your head of the auditorium with all these iron lungs. Okay, and so I think, well, what is it? the Cutter incident. So if anybody says it wiped out smallpox, it wiped out polio, say, hey, you know, are you aware of the Cutter incident? And they'll go, what? Okay, in 1950s, first half, they're looking to find a vaccine. And they go in, Jonas Salk developed the first injectable one, killed strain. And now the manufacturing had a small problem. It wasn't killed. Okay, and Cutter was just one of the labs that built this vaccine that wasn't killed, and they infected about 1.8 million people. They caused around 40,000 cases of polio. About 200 were severely paralyzed, and about 10 were killed that were recognized to have this. So when you see this, this is not the wild polio. Okay? And just to see if there's any common sense left in America, if you have a disease that 99% of the people recover from, should you vaccinate the 99% of the people, or should you find out what the hell that 1% is doing or not doing that made them susceptible? Okay?
So basically we had over 500 who had 0 vaccines, and then we had another 3,700 and some who had some vaccines. And what we found, Del, was actually even mind-boggling for myself. I mean, I had a sense, I've had a practice now for 14 years where parents get to decide. The one thing I am absolute on is informed consent. You, the parent, get to decide what gets injected into your baby, if anything. Right. You should always insist on that, or else walk out of that doctor's office. But because we do informed consent, we had a growing number of unvaccinated patients. And what I was clearly seeing was these kids don't get sick. They don't get chronic conditions. Well, the data spoke for itself. And you're showing your viewers the graphs. Those orange lines are over time, over that 10.5 years, the more vaccines you had, the worse you were, for whether we looked at infections, ADD, ADHD, neurodevelopmental issues, eczema, allergies. It doesn't matter what we looked at, even just plain old anemia skyrockets in the vaccinated when compared to the blue line, the unvaccinated.
Wow.
This data is so powerful that within 5 days of it being available online, they yanked my license. December 3rd, 2020, the Oregon Medical Board had an emergency meeting, suspended my license.
Yeah, so I may not have all the facts, but you guys watching this video, you guys should think about it and think through it too, and make your own decisions, Charlie. Because neocolonialism is real. I mean, they can go far and wide to make sure things doesn't work for our good. So let's be careful, Charlie. Let's just be careful.